Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today behind me I have the 2024 Hyundai Tucson SEL all-wheel drive, and I believe this is one of the best value-oriented trims in the lineup as far as the Tucson goes, and getting a compact SUV including all-wheel drive for the low $30,000 price point. So in this video we're going to take a walk around tour, see what this vehicle has to offer for, like I said, about $33,000, as this one is equipped with a few additional accessories, and also tell you about some of the changes that occurred for 2024. So the Tucson is going to be mostly a carryover from its introduction in 2022 for the current generation. Now, there were a few changes to packaging depending on the trim level that you're looking at. If you're curious about knowing exactly what changed across every single trim level of the Tucson lineup, I highly recommend checking out my changes video, which I have linked up in the corner if you guys want to check that out. But as far as the SEL in specific, it really didn't gain anything else outside of the standard safety equipment across every Tucson for this model year, which includes things like the rear side airbags, the rear seat belt pretensioners, as well as the steering wheel haptic feedback, which kind of interacts with some of the other driver assistance safety technologies to alert you and make sure that you are paying attention if those systems are activated. But outside of that, the base SEL is going to be a carryover from 2023, minus the fact that it also does lose the LED tail lamps and LED running lights out back. You do have to opt for an SEL convenience package to get that feature this model year, but otherwise it's going to be the same as the 2023s, and there is a small price increase of $900 for some of that new safety equipment. But that brings the starting MSRP for the SEL all-wheel drive to $32,235, including destination, and like I said, all-wheel drive. So with all that information in mind, let's not waste any more time. Take a look at what this one has to offer behind me for just over $33,000. So the Tucson in front of us is finished in the deep sea exterior with the gray cloth interior. Now, if you follow along here on the channel, this is the same exterior color I showcased on the XRT just a few weeks ago. So make sure to check that video out if you're interested. But deep sea in certain lighting situations can definitely look a little bit more black than it does blue. But once you get a little bit closer to the vehicle, especially here in the sunlight, you can see all of the blue metallic flake starts to pop, and is a very nice deep blue if you're into that. But of course, if you're not, there are several other exterior colors available across the Tucson lineup. Starting at the front end of the SEL, you'll find the same front end design as the SE and the SEL with convenience package, which means you get the dark gray front grille design with the bright chrome Hyundai emblem in the center. Full LED lighting standard across every Tucson at the front end, with your LED daytime running lights in this portion right here, which are illuminated, your LED turn signals up in the corners, as well as your LED reflector headlights in that separate housing a little bit farther down, with your aerodynamic treatments on the side for better airflow and fuel efficiency. Now at the lower end of the front bumper, you'll find the silver accent trim, which wraps across the entire width of the vehicle. Your smart cruise control radar sensor located on the passenger side, with just the standard textured matte black plastic a little bit farther down in that faux skid plate. That is going to be accented in the bright silver trim if you get something like the Top Limited. Now coming around to the side of the Tucson, you'll find the same matte black plastic trim on every trim of the Tucson, no pun intended, except for the N line, which is newly a hybrid only trim for 2024. So if you're looking for body color trim around the wheel wells and wheel arches, you'll have to opt for the N line, otherwise it will come standard as seen on this one. Coming to the wheels and tires, these are going to be the standard SE and SEL specific wheel. They're going to be 17-inch in diameter, silver painted in design, and wrapped in 235, 65, 17-inch Nexen Rhodian GTX all-season tires. Mirror caps are going to be body color, no LED turn signal integration, cameras, or puddle lights. They are going to be heated, however, and do have blind spot detection as standard. On the SEL, you'll find the Hyundai Digital Key 1 with the standard proximity on the front door handles. This works for only Android compatible devices, as this does not have Hyundai Digital Key 2.0, which hasn't been rolled out to the Tucson quite yet. But you have more of the silver accent trim at the top end of the windows, standard matte black B and C pillars with the satin roof rails up top. That is a very nice addition on the SEL and higher, especially if you plan to add a roof rack in the future. Now out back, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the base SEL does lose the LED tail lamps and running lights for 2024, so you get the standard halogen or incandescent design with the bulbs in the back, as well as your incandescent turn signals and reverse lights located on every Tucson here on the corners of the rear bumper. You have the same matte black plastic with some silver accent trim to match the front end, and some of that like parametric design, as Hyundai likes to call it, unique textures in the center section. And the reason I did want to showcase this SEL is because it actually has the factory or port installed $450 Class 1 trailering package. Now this is not something you see common on every Tucson out there unless you're opting for an XRT, where it is standard on that particular trim. But here on the base SEL, it's not super common to see this installed at the port, but it does give you that nice receiver hitch, which gives you the maximum trailering capacity here with the Tucson, as well as a 4-pin trailering hookup. So if you're looking to add a bike rack or something like that, this is definitely the factory accessory to have. And of course, up top, you do have your rear backup camera, the chrome Hyundai in the plexiglass with the rear wiper located up in the rear spoiler, which certainly cleans up the back end of the design. And here in the sunlight, you can certainly see the blue start to pop in the paint itself. So yeah, that's just a look at the exterior of this base SEL. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Here on the side, you can see all the design elements on the doors, and the hard edges and creases really start to pop. But overall, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the window sticker so you guys know exactly how this one is equipped, and then we'll jump onto the interior. So taking a quick look at the window sticker, the base SEL comes with a very nice value-oriented trim. It gives you things like the heated front seats, the power driver seat, Blue Link Plus for 2024, which is free for the lifetime of the first owner. You get digital key, wireless phone charger, and a few additional things over the base SE. This one has several additional accessories, including that tow hitch out back, which I mentioned is fairly unique to the SEL, which brings the total MSRP to $33,170, including destination. So taking a quick look on the interior, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this one has the gray cloth interior, but it might not be quite as gray as you're assuming. Now starting out here on the door panel, you don't get the premium type of door panel like you do in the top limited, as well as the N line here on the base SEL. So you're gonna get the hard touch plastic upper, same gloss black trim that wraps into the dashboard. This is gonna be a textured plastic trim in the back, as well as this gray portion right there, which is part of the gray interior option. This small portion is going to be soft touch for your elbow, and it does have power windows, mirrors, and locks with automatic front 2 windows, silver accent door handle pull, and a good amount of lower door storage. This one does not have the ambient lighting like the SEL Convenience and higher, and then the standard 6-speaker audio system. Coming to the driver's seat, this is going to be a power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar. This is the gray option, like I mentioned, even though the majority of the seat is going to be black with the gray accent stitching and this unique portion in the backrest right there, kind of in the lighter accent as well. And then the dashboard is going to have a 2-tone effect, as well as the center console. Now here on the inside of the base SEL, it might be hard to spot the one feature addition for this trim level over the 2023s, but we'll get to that here in a second. In front of the driver, you have the analog and partially digital cluster with your speedometer on the left, tachometer on the right, and a small 4.2-inch color display in the center that is controlled here on the right side of the steering wheel. Now this display might be small, but it does include a lot of the menus that you do control the driver assistance and other convenience aspects of this vehicle. You can see it does have your gear shift as well as your safety systems on the first page. You have your ambient outside temp as well as odometer at the bottom, trip information, and then you have your driver assistance and user settings menu, which includes a lot of the cluster, lights, door, digital key, and convenience features of this vehicle, all controlled via this display and the steering wheel controls. So like I said, very important display and is very usable, has your TPMS and all-wheel drive on there as well. Coming back to the steering wheel, this is just going to be a urethane wrapped steering wheel, so not leather wrapped. On the left side, you have your audio multimedia. On the right side, you have your cruise control. It does have smart cruise control with lane follow assist and all of the other safety systems as standard, and some more silver accent trim with the chrome Hyundai emblem in the center. Automatic headlights and auto high beam assist are standard as well. You have regular wipers. To the left of the steering wheel, you have your gauge dimming, power trunk, as well as traction control off. You can see all this gray accent trim as part of that gray 2-tone interior. And coming over here to the infotainment system, this is going to be the standard 8-inch screen with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as well as the integrated Blue Link functionality. Now, coming from 2023, as we know, this screen was found in the SEL Convenience and lower, but for 2024, this is the highest trim. You now get the smaller infotainment with built-in wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay here for this model year. Now, it's very nice because it includes Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs as well. You do get the Blue Link Plus for 2024, which is free for the lifetime of the first owner. A lot of the same options and menus as the previous models, including the valet mode, the notifications. You have built-in user manual, quiet mode, voice memo, and stuff like that. So just note, this is the highest trim that you get this screen in for 2024, which includes the volume and tune knobs on the left and right hand side, and everything else is going to be touch capacitive. Now new for 2024 in the base SEL is the dual zone automatic climate control, which is a very nice addition, which makes this even more of a value oriented trim. Below that, USB-A charge and data ports, 12-volt outlet, as well as your wireless charging pad and Hyundai digital keypad in that center console. You have the traditional gear shifter lever. It does have a leather stitch boot. 2 cup holders with the spring-loaded tension clips, proximity entry with the remote start on the key fob, as well as your power lift gate. Since this one is all-wheel drive, it does have your center differential lock, hill descent control, electronic parking brake, auto hold, pull up your rear backup camera via that button right there. Engine automatic stop start off, as well as your integrated drive mode select. It does have normal, sport, smart, and snow drive modes. Heated front seats on the SEL and higher. And then you can see the gray accented center console, which is part of the gray option. And inside you'll find additional storage space, no ports or lights however. Up top you will find the lighter headliner that is going to be textured, vanity illumination, manual dimming interior rear view mirror, Blue Link SOS overhead incandescent lighting, as well as another new option for 2024, which is the rear seatbelt reminder. And this basically tells you whether or not people are not buckled up in the back seats, and it will illuminate which position that is. A very handy feature. They have been starting to roll that out across more of their vehicles, and this is true for 2024 as well. So at the front end, you can see a fairly basic interior, but several nice amenities indeed. Now take a look at the back seat of the Tucson. You're going to find a very spacious back seat with a few nice amenities. Now starting out here on the door panel, none of the materials are going to carry through from the front in terms of soft touch. So this is going to be a fully hard touch door panel with the gray accent trim. You still have the silver accented door handle pull with the power windows, and then the integrated bottle storage down below. Seating surfaces are going to be the same as the front in the black cloth with the gray accent stitching. They do recline on the left and right hand side via these levers. Step in height is going to be very easy as well, given the overall ride height and door opening. Here's a quick look at the dashboard. You can really see the two-tone gray effect. And out back in terms of amenities, we do get rear AC vents as well as 2 USB-A charging ports, which is fantastic for this price point. Mat pockets on both of the front seats. Seats do fold down 60-40 split and have integrated armrests with 2 cup holders. So you can see some of the pattern textures are going to match the front as well with the black accented seat belts. We have overhead incandescent lighting, grab handles, and that is pretty much going to be it as far as the amenities. Behind my rough driving position, I would say I have about 4 to 5 inches, plenty of footroom down below. And in terms of headroom, that is not even going to be an issue at all, with at least 4 to 5 inches of headroom as well. So if you're looking to stay on a budget, you do get several nice amenities, even here in this base SEL. So take a look at the cargo capacity behind the second row seats. This is going to be a strong suit of the Tucson, especially here in the compact SUV space. You can see here you do have the power liftgate, which is a very handy feature to use day to day. And you can see overall the available room behind the second row seats is going to be quite expansive. On the left side, you do have an integrated light as well as a 12-volt outlet. You can fold down the left and right hand seats with the levers on the left and right hand side respectively. You do have some tie-down points in the corners, and beneath the load floor you will find the integrated spare tire with the roadside toolkit and additional storage space if needed. So wrapping up here on the passenger front seat, all the materials are going to be the same as the driver's side. You're going to get a 4-way manual passenger seat, so no height adjustment. And here you can get a better idea of the dashboard as well as the two-tone color effect. Damped glove box, it does have illumination inside, which is a very nice feature. You can see all of your original owner's literature and everything in there. So as a whole, that's a quick look on the interior of the base SEL. Let's go ahead and pop the hood, see what powers this particular Tucson, and then go ahead and wrap up this video. So under the hood of this Tucson, you're gonna find the same 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder that powers many Tucsons out there. This puts out 187 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque, either to the front wheels only or all 4 wheels if you do select all-wheel drive. And this is paired to an 8-speed torque-converted automatic transmission. So as a whole, this is going to be the value-oriented engine and powertrain option for the Tucson. But if you're looking for a little bit more power as well as more fuel efficiency, they do make a hybrid as well as a plug-in hybrid version with a 1.6 liter turbo paired to an electric motor and of course a small battery pack, which puts out well over 200 horsepower and 200 pound-feet of torque. So that's going to do it for my quick walk around tour of the 2024 Hyundai Tucson SEL. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and or found something helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button below. It greatly helps out the channel in these videos. Subscribe if you guys are not already subscribed. Make sure to stay tuned and check out additional Tucson and Hyundai content I have here on the channel, including many of the other trims of the 2024 model year. And most of the 2023 videos are going to be very relevant as well, with just a few small tweaks in terms of features and packaging that did change for 2024, of course, which I did mention in my full changes video. Now, as far as my quick thoughts on the Tucson SEL in specific, well, overall, like I said, I think this is a very value-oriented trim. I think Hyundai would say the same for themselves. For a $32,000 to $33,000 price point with all-wheel drive, this is a fantastic value to stay on a budget, get the space of a larger compact SUV in the segment, and have a lot of nice amenities, including the digital key on the door handles, proximity entry, dual zone automatic climate control for 2024, Blue Link Plus, heated front seats, power liftgate, and the list goes on. It's truly a very nice value. And again, with discounts and rebates, you might be able to get these closer to the $30,000 price point because yes, those are coming back on many dealer lots out there. So overall, you guys have to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think the SEL is the way to go, or is there another trim in the Tucson lineup that you think is a slightly better value? Because you really can't go wrong with any of them, in my opinion, especially if you're looking, for the mid or upper $30,000 price range and the SEL convenience or the top limited respectively. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, I appreciate the support and hope to see you guys in the next one.